I am tinkering around with some more color mixing. First installation, we did all of these guys with shades of a teal. It's peacock pearl and 18 karat gold mixed in with a whole bunch of other metallics and tones to get a really cool, muted, subtle fall tones type palette here. So next tonality I wanted to play with was working in some purples. So I actually pre-set up stuff this time. But I'm still not positive if I'm ready to go from purple to the metallics or if I need to play with the purple with something to get us less purple. Because again, let me find the picture I was looking for. There we go. So I'm aiming for something more muted like that. So usually to tone stuff down, you kind of have to go to the opposite end of the color wheel, which on purple, which is between reds, blues, yellows. If you're purple up here, then yellow's about the opposite. So in theory, this corner might mute me down, and then I might need to add more of it back in to get to what I want to play with. So I think I'm actually just going to start at this corner and see if that gets me to like an epic starting purple, the same way I have that epic starting teal. And then we'll play from there. And then if I don't find things I like here, I have this other purple option I showed you earlier that is actually very nicely muted purple. This is actually peacock pearl and sunset pearl, or pearl sunset. But I'm not sure if pearl sunset is a always available color or if it was a seasonal. So I'm trying to get to something kind of muted like this, starting with the base of a regular purple. So let us see what we can do. As always, I apologize for the pasta machine, but my wrist can't hold up to tons of kneading, and it's so much faster. So let's start. Start with my 18 karat gold because that's always my favorite yellow anyway. So I'm not sure if we wouldn't be better off into an orange rather than just probably no. That's probably a yellow's more appropriate. Also, maybe even a green might tone it. Ooh. All right, starting here. See what we get. Okay, it's going on the red side of things, but it's pretty. Oh, that is really pretty. Huh. Okay, that's a win. I don't know what we're going to call it, but all right, so that as opposed to bright purple, it's actually a really epic purple. All right, start my notes. Purple to 18K. I don't know what to call it, but it's pretty. I actually really like that. It's not, it fits on that palette. Yeah, I might call that a fall purple. Yeah, I might consider that a fall purple. Okay, so let's just leave you sitting there. We'll keep going. So that's the 18 karat. This is antique gold, which like I said, it's almost got a greenish tint to it. I like that a lot too. Okay, so this goes into my theory a little bit that using something greener is going to tone us down just a tiny bit more. Man, it gets really hard to get a good color. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So that's giving you the idea. So this is definitely a little brighter. And this has just a touch more of that toned down appeal that I was aiming for. So next is, that's just straight up gold, right? That's what you called gold. Well, It did say gold. All right. Hard working around this camera. I have a feeling I'm gonna like this a lot. Not purple, but it's pretty. That might be one of the most fascinating fall colors. I don't know why that worked so like pretty. But so we get the, there you go, there's that angle that just catches that, gets the glare off of it. That's a toned down purple, like very muted purple. 1-to-1 would probably be or 2 purple, 1 of those would probably be a little bit better ratio. Oh, this is bronze, by the way. That was also very fascinating earthy purple. I'm liking that too. There we go. So that's more of like an eggplanty. That's really pretty. It's a nice eggplant style purple. That's nuts how much that gold took over there. All right, now we got copper. So that was bronze we just mixed. This is it going with copper. That might be our color. I think I'm going to call that. That's a good one. There we go. That gets me that earthy. I like that. Let me see. Where is my color swatch that I was aiming for? So this is still more muted, but I bet if I started here and then went through, I'd probably end up finding something that took it to about there. So that's a thought. I like that. All right, and then I threw a peacock pearl in here just for the heck of it. Or not, sorry, not peacock pearl, pearl, just straight pearl. A pretty light purple, but it's just a straight up light purple. So what happens now if we go into silver with it? That's that uber dry silver. That's such a cool effect though when you mix a dried out color into something that moves. All right, that is very similar here. Similar to just straight pearl. It is pretty. I like it. All right, let's go here. Oh, sorry, this is graphite. Try to say it again once I turn the thing off. as it happened last time, I mixed graphite in, and man, it just goes dark. It likes to take over. It's pretty, but man, that just goes dark. That's a good color. All right, I'm going to be a weirdo, and I think I'm going to mix up a good size bit of that so that I can play that down into some other stuff. 'Cause I'm not going to lie, I think that's getting us more of this than anything else I've tried yet. So, yeah, let's just try that out. This is terribly crumbly too. Ugh. Yep, here we go. So part of me says 1:1. Part of me says 2 parts purple. Go ahead and cut 2 purples just because. All right, now we'll mix you up in a 1:1 because that's really dark. I guess actually, here's what I can do. This will tell us what 2 parts purple with it looks like. I want to start with enough purple that we know we're working with the purple. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So it's almost like a nice, I'm not going to say eggplant because it doesn't have the red to it, but that's really pretty. So yeah, we're starting there. I think that's going to be our base color. Let me get you pulled up. A bit of extra stuff all over the thing. There we go. That's a pretty purple. Okie dokie. So yeah, I'd say that's a good purple to start with. So now my question is, what happens if we start mixing it into some of these other colors? So, do we want to save one each of these to run out with the other guy? And then, like I said before, we know that what's left over is one more square. So we could potentially, it's a really pretty little pile of colors. I do want to keep all of these guys. So now what I'm thinking I did a little is if I go back to a 1-to-1 on this, then I can mix it into those as a 2-to-1 of those. 2 purple 1-to-1. Yeah, so, alright, sorry guys, I know this is weird. It's the color I want to get to, but I can mix it into these and I'll, yeah. Alright, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Might need more of this now. Let's see if I can get you. That is roughly the size of that cutter. So now I don't need that yet. I need these guys. I need to run it all. So this is back to a 1-to-1 is what I'm doing. I know it's weird. Hopefully I can explain it where it makes sense. Alrighty. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if I needed 8 or not. All right, so what I have done in a sideways way is that's a 1-to-1, these are 1-to-1. So now it'll be 2 purple, 1 of the dark silver, and 1 of the other metallic colors. So let's see if we get this back in order, because that'll make it easier to... That's so funny. That's crazy how different they look when they're balled up. So I thought this was this one. I thought this was this one, but that's just because it's balled up and looks different. Funny. All right, so now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so only 7. I didn't need 8. We do that. We're gonna 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 do that and that, and see what happens when we mix that out. I'm gonna be a weirdo, and I kind of want these all to set with the colors they correlate to. So this is this one. So yeah, I like this much better than I liked this. Where'd my little cutter go? Alrighty, you guys are now surplus. I'm gonna go back to this one so I stay in order as best I can. That is super pretty too. Whoop. So this was copper. So do the copper with the dark silver, and that's really pretty. And this is bronze with the dark silver. So it's just a little earth, a little warmer, where that's a little cooler, but it's surprising it goes to a cool tone, isn't it? Ah, those are so fascinating. All right, let me leave you guys floating around over here somewhere for later reference. All right, so now this, oh, I lost track. I think we started antique, or 18 karat antique bright gold. Okay, so this is bright gold. That is fascinating. Wow, what a color. It's got just the tiniest bit of purple tonality. That is just such a warm, earthy, purpley, mushroomy. That's a great color. I like that a lot. All right, so now we're on this regular gold. This one's the, whatchamacallit gold? Antique. That's a good one too. It's interesting how much more, like, even though these are all purple mixes, there's more variety to them. Where now that we're the purple and graphite mix, it's got a lot more similarity. So we're not seeing as much differentiation in color down this line. And this line is what we did in this line. It's interesting. All right, so now this is 18 karat gold. Another very interesting, pretty color. Wow, yeah, it's crazy how much muting that down. And granted, there wasn't a ton of difference here, but there's even like less difference here. Interesting. Fascinating purple colors. All right, and then this is pearl. Just, again, kind of eggplants it out a little bit. So it just basically lightens up the color that we chose to start with. So, I don't know, I'm not opposed to that. It's a nice way to lighten it up. That's crazy though. this was just light silver. So again, it's practically just the same thing, just lightening it up. And then that's a 1-to-1 of dark purple. I'm actually just going to leave that there. So now the next thing that makes me curious. Oh, that was one more of these mixes. So there's them all in a bundle together, the other halves of those, and it's practically like varying degrees on the same color at that point, which I like. But yeah, so that's fascinating. Definitely makes for interesting purplage. So, definitely I love this for not exactly a purple. I love what happens here. I really like what happened there. So I wonder what graphite and bronze do if they're mixed together. And then in these tones, actually, I like this a lot too. But yeah, it's very interesting. I still really gravitate to this double purple, 1 graphite. That's really pretty. And as far as, and then I don't love it here, but I love it there. And this is a good fall color too. Actually, that's a really good fall color. Okay, so that's how we tone down our purples. Maybe we can run through and do the same on, do we want to try a green? I got this little minty green, which could be fascinating. Let's see what that does if we run it through all the metallics. Okay, so I need to find, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to no sit back up. I sort of want to bake all these. I sort of want to label these. What do I have that would work well for writing on these? Nice little needle tool. All right, so 1P. This was copper. So 2 purple, 1 copper, and 1 graphite. And 2 purple, 1 graphite pearl, 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 1 purple, 1 purple, and this is 1 18K, and this is 1 antique, 1 antique gold, 1 gold. Apparently I don't do G's easily. 1 gold and 1 bronze. And this is 2 purple, 1 graphite pearl, and this is 1 purple, 1 graphite pearl. This is 2 purple, 1 silver, 1 graphite pearl, and 1 pearl. Okay. I think that makes sense for all of those. So there we go. I will put those into bake. I have to figure out what my little stash up there with the blues are and go back and bake those. All right, so I needed, oh, another tile. All right, so we were gonna, let's try out this guy. I think that would be, I think it's mint green, I believe. Wipe off my, oh, and I needed another thing of graphite pearl because I'm actually out. Go. Yes, I have a huge, ridiculously huge stash of clay. I am an addict. I know it. But come on, it's so much fun. All right, did I have a, oh, that was the green. So did I have a container for the graphite pearl? All right. Oh, I meant to do that dark brown into it too. That cool metallic dark brown that we mixed with the other stuff. All right, I am gonna run that into this. So if we're at green, what's the opposite of green? Green is yellow, so reds are what's gonna tone us down. So our copper is gonna be our most toned down. That would include this. Little cutter, there you are. Try to make a little sense out of how, oh, that's kind of hard. Large enough? Yep. That silver is evil. It just all crumbles. I had a little chunk of pearl still. I don't know if that's going to be big enough to make a square out of or not. Yeah, that looks like it's about the right size. All right. Copper. Or bronze, sorry. That one's bronze. Go away. I don't know if that's enough gold or if I need to get into that package and pull another chunk out. I might. Actually, let me go here next. It's going to take a little bit more out of you. Actually give us an interesting effect against the green too. Because that green's so light, it's a possibility I'm going to be happier if I go with a double layer of green. We'll see. Here, and we have and two gold. Right. And now you. more than just one bar of that, but we'll start there. That's pretty firm. Yep, that's kind of not the happiest play yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9. Let's see if I can get at least 3 or 4 more here. At least another 3. Alrighty, so guess let's just take a corner to start from. That's muddy and kind of perfect. Huh. I like it. It's kind of a very earthy green. If I want it to have any resemblance to the mint, I'm probably going to have to double up my mint in these. Very pretty. And just softening it out. So antique, 18 karat. And then regular gold. Wild how much that gold just takes over, but it's interesting. I like almost lost all green, but it's just a pretty earthy beigey kind of color. It's so weird how colors cancel each other out. I'm thinking here we'll lose more of the green. Copper is a good mixing color. It's got a dog hair. Papillon glitter. I'm gonna go ahead and run that through one more time because probably it'll cover it. All right. Let's just keep going. I guess I can try to scoot that up there so you guys can see the colors as they're coming through. Yeah, who would have thought that would give us such a nice beige? Like I was saying before, the red and the green are going to cancel each other out pretty hard. It's actually a very pretty terracotta color. And actually, yeah. Wild! You would have never guessed that this was a whole green palette. Except for down into the yellowy golds that look more like green. Like perfect mushrooms. Ooh. I do like it. Wow. That's like the perfect just mid-mushroom color. So essentially that plus black. A lot of black though. Probably gonna want for a second piece of green. Yeah, it might be light enough that it's actually gonna have an impact. Weird, it's almost a warm gray. I'm like curious. Wow, that's fascinating. It's just like toned it out completely, just straight up muted gray. It's like seriously almost completely fills up my whole like I need earth tones palette. Would not have guessed. Yeah, my motor is an Atlas. This is Ed Street's version. It's a Atlas 180. Let me get this done and I'll volume off. All right, yeah, you guys have a question in here. This is a Atlas 180 that I had Ed Street build me one out because he does them with the color. And to be honest, this plate on the bottom is just such a godsend because it stabilizes it so much. It's so much better. That is just a soft, like, grayish green. Very pretty. And that's another one that would go really well into a winter palette as well. Let's see, and then now we're on the pearl and green. Like I said, the neat thing about the pearl versus the white is it dilutes it more than it pastels it, if that makes sense. Still has a little bit of a pastel effect, but if I mix this with white, it would be like way brighter and lighter and more pastel, where this is just a little different. So yeah, so honestly, that gives you an epic just earth tones palette. That's crazy. All right, I need to mark all these up too. This needs time. This is smart. I am glad I turned the computer or the camera on because that makes me like actually plan a little better and think things through a little more. Or normally me, I would just be like, oh, I've got balls of clay, let's mix this together. And then I stopped being direct and I started playing more. And then God only knows what I'll end up with, and I never know how I got to what I got to. Although honestly, I never know how I got to what I got to, mostly because it's usually just scraps that get rolled up into a ball and turned into a color. And I tend to try to work in palettes that are like on the same side of the color spectrum, so I get cohesive colorations. This is really, really, really epic. I mean, like, seriously, these earth tones are just amazing. Who would have thought green? Mint green. I need to see if I have another package of that to make sure I have the right color for you guys. I mean, you can see roughly what color it is. There's not another neon pastel green in Sculpey's collection that I've ever come across, but... Boop. Come on. It's funny how much easier it is to see the difference in the colors when they're balled up versus laid out, huh? It's funny. Okay, so let's mark all these out. Oh, I need to figure out what green that is exactly. Let me see if I have another one. I don't think I do. Wait, maybe I do. Yep, that's it. So it is, moment of truth. Oh, mint green. That is the color on it, mint green. So yeah, mint green. Wow, hold on. That goes so good with those two. So yeah, all of this stuff should cross over together really well. Alrighty, so let me see if I can mark all these down and remember what's what. I had a name I was calling dark bronze. That's what I was calling that. Okay, I'm going to turn you guys this way. This was antique. And one mint green, one mint green, one 18 carry, and one mint green, one gold, one. I'm gonna actually write mint on these because they don't even look like it. Let's see if I can make you mint. Huh. There we go. Close enough. This is copper. One mint green, one bronze. It's supposed to say mint. One mint, one dark bronze. BRC, that'll be bronze. One mint, one graphite pearl. One mint, one, this was silver, and one mint, one pearl. Okay, so part of me kind of wants to mix these back in a little more green. See what we get. Or do I want to mix them into some purple and see what happens? I can find the corresponding purples. It would require me to get stuff out of and that's the teal collection. Alright, so yeah, these were the blue, that peacock pearl mix. Some of these things override a little bit. You get a similar but these guys are definitely way more tealy greeny, where that's, yeah, that whole pile of colors is just a very, 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 very cohesive palette. So you could grab from any of those and play them all together. Do I remember what I did here? Yeah. Did I stay there? Stay! Actually, I can do this. You back. Set you down. And now I can write on these. Okay. So this is my dark bronze. Okay. Which to get to dark bronze is 3 black, 1 bronze. Go with BZ for bronze. And this is 1 peacock pearl, 1 18K, and a bubble. So this has a name, it's MT, metallic teal, and this is dark bronze. So we're gonna go, I had to put a lot of these, so this was, I think this was 1-to-1. Metallic teal, 1 dark bronze. I'm gonna name this metallic teal MT 2. And this is 4, I believe. Took a lot of that to finally get to that tone. And then this is now metallic teal. This is definitely graphite. Graphite. This is silver. This is copper. I think this is gold. And I don't think I used antique gold. I'll have to go watch the video back, and if I mark those wrong, I will have to rebuild them. This is, yeah, I think this is 2 metallic teal, 1 copper. And that's 1 metallic teal, 1 copper. And then, oh, it's bronze, sorry. Bronze, not copper. And go BZ is bronze. Okay, so those can be, going to combine you guys to 1 tile. And then I can throw those in the oven with the rest of them. Well, if I want to get really crazy about all my color mixing, I could totally make up little stamps for the color names. Oh my goodness, I probably will too, knowing me. Alright. Yep, those are really good colors. Alright, so I have just enough room in my oven to throw those in. I bought a new oven finally. And actually, I can take you guys up to see it. Doop. So, just an Amazon find. Elite Gourmet is the brand on it. But I like it because it does up to an hour, where I was running into trouble because everything was less than an hour, and there was like a half an hour, and then I'd forget to turn it back on, and then it wasn't cooking quite through enough. So now I've got a bigger one with more space and a longer timer, so it works a lot better for me. Because again, ADD. Let's see. Oh, so I pulled out olive green, or Spanish olive, but it's already so funky and muted. I don't find I have the best time mixing it. So I don't know. The couple times I've run it through the metallics, I don't love it because it's already like if you put it into this, it just turns into a muddy this. And I think, I don't know, it's already, I guess it's almost too muddy to start with. So I don't think I've run through the forest green. I haven't tried that yet. So let's try this and see what happens if we run these through. And then I might try, I don't know if I want to go into the yellows. Kind of the goal is to play with some stuff I haven't done before. What do I want to do with these guys? Do I want to mix those with anything else? Or just leave them as little balls of trials? Probably do a, what is it Donna Kata calls those, yeah, it's, sorry, you guys that are asking, it should end up replaying. I think it looked like it was going to take a day or up to a day for it to process. So it might be tomorrow before you can watch it again. If I get more subscribers, then I think I will have more control over what I can do live. But I figured I was going to play with colors anyway, and I would just turn it on live and see what happened. So, yeah, I'm trying to learn the YouTube thing. Hard thing to remember all the, I love the mutes on those is really pretty. But yeah, it's hard to learn all the new things, you know, just always the way of it. So I think I had said, I forget who it was that turned me on to that. It might be this color. No, that's a mix of something. Oh no, it's this color. That's what it is. So this color is one of my favorite teals. It's a little bit different. Oh, there we go. There's my Peacock Pearl teal. So this is my Peacock Pearl teal. So this is 50-50 Peacock Pearl and 18 karat gold. And sometimes I'll do it a little heavier on the Peacock Pearl if I want it a little bit bluer. And then this, I believe, is actually forest green and white. It gives you this really great aqua teal type color. You see it's not quite as dark teal. It's not quite as greenish teal is this oddly because it's green, but I don't know why putting white into stuff kind of blues it up a little bit. So yeah, does interesting stuff. All right, so let me get my roller back up into play and we'll see if we end up matching that, because I am going to go ahead and run that through with a little white just to show you guys how that oddly works out. And I believe it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So spread you, I am seriously gonna end up having to order more of these now that I've got so many open colors, mixed up colors now. Here's the bigger one. So that's that dark teal color I was working to try to recreate, and that came out perfect. And then I really like this mint sage green. So that's the mint sage green. What did I call you? Mint sage green. So that's the metallic teal mixed with copper. So that copper is doing some interesting things. It changes the tone just enough. It's really pretty. And then earthy bronze. Which one did I call earthy bronze? Was the metallic teal with 2 bronze. So that's just softens out the bronze a lot because the bronze tends to be so pop. I guess I could have checked that when I was making notes on clay. Oh well. All right, let's run this through. The right size? Oh, perfect. Let's run a line of little squares. Actually, you know what? Since I have my little, I don't see you. Where would you be? There's one. So I got fussy and decided to play around with cutters, and because sometimes pushing the cutters into everything all day long gets uncomfortable on your hands. There we go. So Sweetie Bijou actually does something with this, and it was something I was trying to figure out a long time ago. I've been like constantly trying to figure out how you can like stack them so that you can get cutout cutters all built to stack. So she developed that, and then I was playing around with it and decided that for my own purposes I have a little handle, so it actually makes cutting things out super easier. So I will be putting these on my website soon. I don't know if they'll make it on Etsy or not, because I think the listing is going to be a little tricky, and Etsy has a quick turnaround for fulfillment on stuff. So my rollers, I try to keep small and extra large rollers, are almost always, there's at least 1 or 2 of them printed up. So I keep them stocked. These sets are going to be a lot of work to stock up. So yeah, it's going to be one of those things that I don't want to put it on Etsy, because Etsy's going to knock me if I don't get a turnaround fast enough and get it back out the door to you guys. So it's probably going to be website only. And I am in the process of building out the website, and it's coming along, but it's a lot of work to rebuild all my Etsy posts. So I'm actually putting everything new that I come up with is going to the website first, and then I'll pick stuff to highlight on Etsy. But at the moment, it's actually going to be a lot more on the website than what's on Etsy. So that's the other thing. I need to mix up my off-white and run it through the metallics. I think we'll do that next. All right, if you guys want to stay with me that long. But yeah, if I can stay with me that long. All right, you guys are all the minty green ones. Do you have another one of you guys? All right, out of my way. Okay, so you guys stack on mint green. And you guys just scooch out the way. So I need to go back through, and it's such a gross silver. You're so crumbly, silver. You're rotten. I think I have some that's, you know what, I'm pretty sure I can make my life a little easier. Ha! There's some that's not crumbly. I don't know why I'm just having an argument with silver when I don't have to, but... See? Not crumbly. Yay! Where did my cutter... Oh, there it is. It's attached to that. Alright. So I'm gonna cut 2 of each. God, that's so much easier to use it that way. I don't know why I don't automatically do that. Alright, you stack back on your mess. I'm going to... Do I have another... Okay. Oh, so these tiles, they used to sell them at the Dollar Tree, and I've been trying to get more, and I haven't seen them there in a while. So I'm hoping some point soon they will show back up at the Dollar Tree. But yeah, it's been a favorite of mine for a while. Did I get more? There it is. I need more of the graphite pearl. I'll warm up a little. There you want it. But yeah, so they... Oh, you know what else? Maybe that navy. Maybe I will do 3 of these. Set you out of my way again. Stay there, good. All right, get one more silver back up. All right, silver, plenty of graphite. I'm gonna need to cut a chunk of pearl with you. Alrighty. Alright, probably gonna need a little more antique gold than that. Not by much, just a little. Go. Need to pull a little more 18 karat. Three. I can try to find them on, let's see, you're asking about those boxes. Let me find them on Amazon real quick for you. Orders, let's see, storage maybe. There we go. Oh. So that's when I ordered them last on Amazon. So yeah, they work great. I love them for storage. All right, I got I need bright gold. Get some of that out some more. That gold is so, I mean, the pigmentation in that is insane on that straight gold. That's crazy. All of it? No, bronze and dark bronze. That's what I'm missing. Alrighty. It's bronze, right? Yeah. You get firm fast. And that makes the cutter so much easier. Even though I've made them, I still sometimes fail to go back to it and remember that it exists. That looks like bronze. And then where is my dark bronze? There you are. So... 2 and 3. Oh, and then I also wanted some white for, I have white out somewhere. No, it doesn't look like any white is sitting out. I just wanted to show what that ends up doing. That might not be quite there. There we go. It's got a touch of funk in it. I'm actually going to leave a little piece to fill in that spot. Okay. Alrighty, so alright, so we're going to play with green. That was where we're at. And then I think I do want to keep it just straight green. Instead of mixing up that teal and then mixing it out, because I've already got teal mixed in and I've got a light green mixed in, so I think I want to stay with the darker green. So let me grab one each of these. So we've got white, pearl, silver, graphite, and then my dark copper, sorry, dark bronze. I keep wanting to call it copper. It's not copper, it's bronze. Bronze. Oh, copper is missing. Oh. Sorry, one more. Cutter. One, 2, and 3. I will try to get them up as soon as I can. I'm in the middle of printing. Actually, I can hear the printer running right now. Yeah, it's still working on printing sets of them out, so I have to get them all the way printed. Where is the trays? I just started. Here we go. So need to get them photographed, and apparently I need to reprint that one because that one's funky. But yeah, so they have the crisscross on the back, so they all fit onto the crosses. I have a big full-size one, small one. So the options I'm planning on selling is they are 10 millimeter up to 100 millimeter, full set in a little tray with the little numbers on them, and I'm making boxes for them. So your tray fits into its box. So I will probably sell single trays. I will probably sell the box, and then I'll probably sell a set of like all the teardrops. Those I still need to print up. Oh, those are printed. I just have to sand them and put them in there. And then I also, so it's the big sets are 10, 20, 30, 40, so 10 on the 10 millimeters. And then I have a smaller set that's on the 5s. So it's going to be, that's 35, that's 15. So it's 45, 35, 25, and 15 millimeters, roughly top to bottom. And then those will have the little cross member cutter and the little nubs, the little handle. But yeah, so that's how I'm planning. So this is one tray. It'll have 3 to 4 different patterns. And then there'll be the trays that are full sets of the patterns. So yeah. But yeah, so like I said, they're kind of tricky to print. The cutters aren't 100% consistent. Every so often one will go in the trash because it's got a missing blip in the lip of it. But I finally got a good resin and a good printer that print them way more consistently than I ever have had them work before. So it was fine to print just for myself, but I just couldn't get the consistency on edge to be able to sell them without having to, you know, take days and days to make sure I get the print to print out. So at this point, I'm content with the way I am getting them printed that I can actually start selling them. But yeah, okay, so back to what we were doing. But I make them myself because I don't like the way anyone else makes them, so that's how I end up doing things. is I find something that I can't get elsewhere. I find something that I want, but I can't get anyone to make it the way I want it made. So I start making things. Like my little blade holder. Love this thing. And then originally it was just a blade holder, and then I stuck a magnet into it. So now my blades actually don't fall out. So that is available on my Etsy. But yeah, nobody sells anything like that that I've seen, so I made it. And the rollers, that's what started the whole roller drama, is I wanted rollers that I could do makumigane with, and nobody sold them deep enough. So I wanted butterfly wings, and I wanted a certain depth on them, and so I learned how to design them, and now I've got billions. I mean, this is just the stash of what's sitting here for me to play with or try out or whatever. Yeah, I think I've got 200 designs on my Etsy shop at the moment, and probably another 100 or so that just haven't been printed, photographed, and turned into a listing. So the website will have almost every idea I ever have on it, and the Etsy shop will have things that I'll start cycling through what goes on Etsy. So there will be lots of options always available on the website, and then Etsy will turn into more of a just cycling through what's seasonal, what's new, or like just the groups of stuff rather than the single pieces. But anyway. All right, back to mixing. So forest green, white. On this camera, it actually looks more of a little more teal toned. In person, it's just green. Oh well. Bring it down. It's fascinating. As soon as that white hits it, it just starts to stretch out and turns teal. Somebody on Facebook, or sorry, somebody on YouTube, I can't remember who at the moment, maybe it was like Creative Dork or somebody, but that was their teal, that was her favorite teal formula, and yeah, that's exactly so that's that color. Yeah, it's a great teal. Alright, so let's see if it's different when you mix it with pearl. If it does the same thing, or if it does something totally different. I have a feeling it's going to keep more of its green. Yep, way more green. I'm glad I did this. This point shows what I was talking about. If you want to subtly mute a color, so again, it's original color. If you want to subtly mute it, pearl, and then white just takes it further. So you can see more of the color that's still here, where white actually starts to pastel it. There we go. So white makes it turn to pastel tone, where this keeps a little bit more of the integrity of the color if you mix it with a pearl. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to find a paper towel and wipe some of that off. Put you guys there and start cutting you out so that I can tag you and throw you in the oven. So that was white, pearl. I wouldn't exactly call either of those fall. Pretty. You actually match that, so you can go up there, and you guys are just going to need a whole nother bin of mixed up colors. Got silver. Oh good, I was right on Creative Dork. I was trying to remember who it was. And I've watched so many videos that it's almost impossible. That's, again, pretty. So that's on silver. Let's just, that color just goes teal. I don't know why. It starts out green and then it turns teal, but it's a good color for teal. All right, so there you go. You can see just white, pearl, silver. That's a good range of colors. Let's see what happens if we throw graphite into it. graphite's the one that likes to take over. And it took over. Oh, that's good though. There we've got something super earthy. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. So now we've got a nice earthy green. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one a lot. That is a definite win. So that's funny that the graphite pearl ended up being my favorite mix on the purple too. Normally I never touch that color, it just sits in a box. I'm going to have to learn to remember to pull it out for mixes. Alright, so now we're my dark bronze. Not copper, bronze. That looks like it's going to be a good color too. Yep. It's just a very dark forest green, like really dark forest green. That's a good one. I really like that one. All right. This is bronze. So again, color wheel games. Bronze has a lot of red in it, which is opposite the color wheel from green. And to be honest, that gets really close to that antique gold I was trying to get. It's just a nice, again, earthy. There's a teensy bit of green to it, but it's just a nice earthy brown. I like that one a lot too. So I see why I like the version with black in it so much too. Yeah, that's just a mushroomy, earthy, just plain muted, toned down kind of color. That's really pretty. Need a little box for all those tidbits. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing with all those extra little tidbits. It's hilarious. I should be doing these half and half instead of full size. All right, on to copper. Actual copper, not my fake copper. Strange how much this seems to silver it. That's really good too. I like that a lot. That's more what I, so here, yeah. That's what I would expect you'd get with this if you added white or silver, not teal. See? Weird, isn't it? Absolutely wild. All right, next we're doing regular gold, and this is the color that likes to just take over. It's got so much pigment to it. This has the potential to be just an ugly green gold. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's just green gold. Building colors for fall. Pretty good. Not gonna lie, I like that actually. I was expecting to hate it, but that's actually a really epic fall green. Like foliage. That's a really good foliage green. Okay. Yeah, the forest green is a win too. Still shocked at how much I like that mint green. That did some cool stuff. I wouldn't have thought to have gone there with it, but that's pretty. Oh yay. So now we're on 18 karat gold. Which normally I love the way that mixes into stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, it's like again, more of a vibrant color. So yeah, that's bright green. Wouldn't call that quite a fall color. So that's 18 karat. And then this was the regular gold. So this I'd call a fall color. This whole palette up here to me just doesn't scream fall. All right, and we are, wow, I did cut just the right number out. How'd I do that without actually mathing? All right, antique gold. Like it. Again, for a earthy fall green. That one again gets a little bit better. It doesn't have that. This one goes kind of fluoro green, where that earthy's down a little bit. So the 18 carats just plays on that teal too much. It brightens it up too much. Gosh, those are so teal. It's crazy. Really, that's all just the same color mixed up. It's nuts. I love it with the graphite. All right, so those are done. Now we wanted to do navy, and I want to do my off-white. Let's grab this. Is it navy? What color are you called? Yeah, you're listed as navy. I'm running off. No, I'm going to mark these while I still remember what went where. That was forest green and one of the antique gold. One forest green, one 18K, one forest green, one gold, one forest green, one that was copper, one forest green, one bronze BZ, one forest green. I didn't write that well. Oh, that's so soft. One white. One forest green. One, this is pearl. One forest green, one silver, one forest green, one graphite pearl, and one forest green, one dark bronze. Okay, so those are ready for bacon. Bacon! It's bacon! Alrighty. So now the navy, so we're going the opposite direction of that baby green, that dusty green. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it looks like I had one of these already opened. And oh well. don't need a white, so it's 9 without the white, right? All right. I might have to just re-roll that. Alrighty. Try again. Okay. Now let's do it. Do it, lady. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. I may recut that one. All right. And let's bring these back over. All right, how did I go white? Oh, that's pearl, yeah. Pearl, silver, graphite. Really looking forward to seeing that one. And then dark bronze, bronze, copper, super fluorescent bright gold. Be interesting to see what that does. 18 karat gold and antique gold. So that'll probably green down the colors some. Starting with the pearl. I'm just running it on 0. To be honest, I would probably go faster if I put it smaller, but I want chunky enough little samples that I'm sticking it on 0 because it's just where I started, so it's where I am. So I don't know that I'd call that earthy overall, but I bet this mixed into some of the darker colors would actually be really pretty. I have a sneaky suspicion if we like mixed that into some of the coppers or the golds, you'd end up with something super earthy and pretty. All right, now we're to silver. Try to get all this blue to come up with it. Yeah, I'd say silver got it a little bit more muted and earthy. That's not bad. Again, you can check the balls sitting there, kind of less reflective, I guess. Graphite pearl. Again, I really like that. See the one, see what it does. that needed the... Eek, I'm too close now. Move you guys. Take your blue and leave. Okay, to you there. Although I'm now out of order with the others. I'm gonna go ahead and write those down real quick because I want to make sure I remember that this is 2 graphite pearl. Oh no, one graphite pearl. 1 graphite pearl and 2 navy. Navy. Without an A. Know where to put my hand. 1 navy, 1 silver. Okay, this is our dark bronze. That's good too. That's one I bet would be really pretty with 2 parts blue. That is a very, very, very earthy dark color. I like that a lot. Almost has like a purpleness to it. Like very indigo. It's like an indigo brown. It's almost, like, see it in the ball there? It's almost a tone of like almost purple too. I guess it makes sense because it's got a lot of red in the, so I bet this is going to look kind of on the purple side too. So this is 1 navy and 1 dark bronze. All right, spin bronze. You might actually get a purpley something out of this. Wow. Okay. Yes, please. Yeah, it's so funny. It fits right in with all the purples I was mixing. Huh. Yeah, that's a really good color. So that is a... Let's cut you out. Yes, Merlin. You watching Mama? This is usually my little lap bug. Right, Merlin? Merlin! What you doing? Hey, Bobby. Hello, Baba. Who's my buddy? I know. Oh, you got yourself sneezing, looking up too high. Oh, we got friends. We got Gary. Who else? Lammy, is that you over there? Lammy. Oh, Fallon's coming saying hi. Fallon's my chicken little. Yeah. Oh, Hockopotamus. He's my buddy. He's my boy. Yeah. If I had a favorite, if I was allowed to say I have a favorite, Hawk might be my favorite. Right, buddy? He's my bubba. I'm not allowed to have favorites. No, can't play favorites. You coming too, Fifi? Hazel, come. Who's Hazel's Hawk's sister? Yeah. All right, back to work. Cutting and doing things. Okay, wow, that's a good color. I like it. All right, so for 1 navy. One was bronze, yeah. Bronze. And copper. Ah, it's found silver. It's so weird how that copper tends to throw almost a silver. That's a good color too. Yeah, that really toned that down nicely. Oops, upside down. You can tell I've been doing this too long. My creativity has gotten lost. Where do I get my clay? So I am working on building these colors. If you missed the intro, I'm playing with mixing out colors. So the colors I'm working with are all Sculpey Primo. They're all package colors to start, and I'm working through making them into a nice muted palette and just, you know, playing through the whole range of metallics. So I've been playing with navy, I've been playing with, we had a mint green, we were using forest green as all this green tonality, and then I had just package purple, gave me all these guys. And then I did a mix that made a teal that I use a lot, and those are up in the oven. Oh, that's these guys. These are some of those. So it's a teal that I mixed up and then mixed with all the metallics. So yeah, kind of the goal is mixing them out and seeing how they all mix out and how you can just take one color and explode it. And I'm looking to make a fall palette out of all this, but rather than going for just specific colors, I figured I'd just blow them all out, and then that way I can go through and be like, oh, well, this is a good dark color, and then I like this for a tan. Can you believe that's a green mixed? So I've got that for a tan, and then I can pull from the purples. I want something kind of on the earthy side. And then this is a good greenish color, and then I need more of these kind of neutrals. So let's pull some of the, so you see what I mean? So there all of a sudden now I have an earthy palette. And almost because I'm mixing everything from amounts of the same, you know, from basically the same types of colors, I end up with a very cohesive palette. So all of these colors kind of go together because they're all built in the same way. So you can almost grab anything from anywhere in here and it should work together. So this is a bright gold with the navy. It looks just like antique gold. The ugly green version. Yes! Well, maybe. I guess it's not. It's something different. That's really funny. Huh. Okay, so blue cuts gold very thoroughly. That's an interesting one. I figured it would go green. I didn't think it would quite go. Does that match the one I was trying to match earlier? This has more brown to it. Ah, it's closer to this than that, though. Interesting. All right. That color is Cernet Antique Gold, and I've been trying to figure out how to mix that, but I've been wanting to figure out how to mix that. I haven't actually tried, but that particular chunk of it is just, it's gross. It is so thick and funky. All right, so this, let me write these down. This was copper. So one navy, one copper. All right, and then, oh, that is that color. I thought that was a gold sitting there. See what I mean? So one navy and one, that's just straight up gold. And then we have 18 karat gold. That I like. That I like a lot. That's a neutralized, pretty neutralized blue. That's pretty. And then it's got all the iridescence in it too. All the metallic flake in it. That's a great one. One navy. Oops. Used to be a V. And one 18K. And antique gold now. And that's pretty too. It's very similar to the other gold. A lot of times the antique gold and the 18 karat don't have tons of difference between them. They definitely kind of come up similar to each other. So one navy, one antique gold. Okay, that's, again, it's crazy. All of those are all blue. The whole side. That's all what happens with blue when you run it through the metallics. All right. I am gonna have to buy more of these things. So really, it would be curious what would happen if you just blend all of that. Make it all one color. Oh well. All right. So still fascinated by what happened with this green. It's just the variety and earth tones out of that is just nuts. All right, so the one more I wanted to do is I was going to run, how long have we been? Almost 2 hours, wow. All right. One more set of these guys over here. And set you over there. The timer's done on the oven, but I'm not going to pull them out yet. I'm going to let them cool just a touch. All right, and then we wanted to mix up. Probably have enough of this, but you guys probably want me to mix it up. Let me mix it up, because I need to mix more anyway. That color I've been using a lot of lately. It's been kind of insane how much of a favorite that's been. All right, so I need for that. I'm gonna have to play with it a little, because I don't remember it 100%. That's what I needed. Could have happened. Alright, so I'm going to wipe the metallic off of there. Granted, it's going to all get mixed in, so not going for the cleanest white ever, but I want something relatively clean. Alright, so square. Do 2 of those maybe. Might not even be that much. And I believe it's just one of these. And then I'm going to have to make a whole pile of it for myself for later. 1, 2, 3. Four, 5. I want to say it was like 6 to 1, I think of that. I didn't write it down the last time I mixed it out, and I just keep kind of eyeballing it. But I want to say it's like, let me write this down so I can change it as I get it. So my current off-white, no, I can't really even think of a name to call it, but just off-white. I've got 6 pearl, 1 ecru, 2 white. And let's see if I end up changing that or not. that's probably it. It's just a very creamy off-white. Looks like I got it right off the bat. Let me see. I'd call that a dead match. All right, so that was... It did stick in my brain. Don't you love it when that happens? Okay, so do I have enough now to get me 9 pieces? Probably not, but I can mix it into that. Don't need to mix it with the pearl because it's already a pearl. Alrighty, 6 of you. Seven. And did we make an 8? Don't get lost. It actually be 9 because I had, actually it should be 9, right? Because it was 6, 1, and 2. So, all right. So then this leftover is going to be the 9th one because that is the right math. I don't need the pearl. Unless I want to see what it does with one more pearl, but that's kind of silly. Okay, so let me grab this. I'm going to flip it over. Scoot us over just a touch. And all right, silver. Honestly, I almost want to double up my off-white. Ah, that's good. Yeah, that's really good, actually. I like it with silver. I like that a lot. Okay. So now we go to graphite pearl. Pretty. It just kind of warms these up just the tiniest bit. I like it. Alrighty, and then from there we've been going to the mocha pearl, dark mocha, whatever. What am I calling it? Dark bronze. Should make a mushroomy, good mushroomy color. That's a good mushroomy color. So yeah, this is a nice way to get you a good variety in neutrals. There's a chance I might wind up taking another half a piece each and mixing it in with my scraps. That's going to be pretty too, I think. Actually, that's practically how you get copper. That's really pretty. It's like a coppery terracotta-y. I like that a lot too. That will do. Let's go copper. That's a pretty way to soften up that copper too. Alrighty. Bright gold. Karat gold and then antique gold. Again, just pretty. And because it's got the pearl in there, it's not, again, it's not taking over. It's mostly pearl with just the tiniest bit of white. To stiffen it up a touch, but it's not taking over and changing the color. It just neutralizes and softens out what's there. It's pretty. I bet this will even look good. Oh wow, yeah. Oh, that's a nice like champagne type color. Oh wow. I'm actually kind of in love with that. Yeah, just a good champagne color. So yeah, that's a whole just perfect little batch of neutrals. Like, wow. And then again, you can run any of these colors with any of the rest that we've played with. But yeah, look at that. Just stack of neutrals. Those are all perfect. Yeah, so that's kind of been the game, is just let's make some colors that can work with other colors that you can build out and make a really nice fall color palette out of most of the stuff. So yeah, I might have to play around with a YouTube video going over just good ways to match the color blends and whatnot. Maybe that'll be another live stream or something at some point. But I mean, it's even that gold is just, again, so much more muted, just soft and earthy and fall, and yeah, I like them. That was a fun experiment. Well, thank you guys for joining me, and I hope to see you all around soon.